Hi, and welcome to another video. Now, this video is slightly different for many reasons. First of all, I'm doing the whole voiceover thing uncut and unedited, but I'm just doing it voiceover actual gameplay because I've now managed to set my system up and accept that. So I'm not the best commentator in the world, but I'll make damn sure that I do it properly. The other thing this is going to be different from other videos is that I'm not going to be invading. I made a high wall twink and quickly realized I didn't want to invade anyone with it, which is a reasonable realization. I find many people have found out that they didn't want any of this action. But I did want to heap some criticism on the sort of people who do invade here, and perhaps root out some of the good elements about invaders in this area. And an idea came to mind. I made a invasion specific character that, follows the line of attracting invaders instead of invading. And so I dressed him up as a noob, and I'm just gonna try and bait some invaders and criticize them for twinking. So I'm gonna play better and better throughout the match, so that I can lure people into a false sense of security vis-a-vis my playstyle. This is not... I'm going to explain more after the fight. This is obviously twink, so I should twink back, you know? Anyways, where were we? Yeah, so I was going to make an introduction of this character, but I got invaded because I dry fingered and you know how it is. Let's do some introducing. This character is a soul level 22 plus 1 twink whom I have taken to New Game Plus. So I've got the Estus Flask, I've got the Lightning Urns, I've got all the Pine Bundles and stuff, so I went to New Game Plus so that I could reset the whole world and get invaded in this area. And I've sort of just, I just scraped through New Game, the ordinary game, I mean. So most of my stuff is, I don't have all the ideal stuff because I didn't get all the merchants and shit. So I went online and got people to drop shit for me. And that's the first time I've ever done that. Ever. And yeah, I went ahead and got shit for all my characters now that I was at it, and so I have some shit left over because I went through the game a little bit. Someone managed to drop me Estus Shard and Undead Bone Shards. I don't know how they did it, but suspecting something foul was going on. Anyways, I've not been banned yet, so I suppose that's cool. Got all the boss souls, just so you know that I've been there. I've done that. Vis-a-vis weapons, the Fire Dagger plus 1, Roll Longsword plus 1, East-West Shield. This is the first setup. This is stage 1 of the build. This is the sort of visage that will meet every single new invader that gets in my world. They will look at this person and say, that's a longsword, starting weapon, that's an east-west shield, that's the first shield you pick up. Is that the Elite Knight set? Yes, I believe it is. So they think, oh, he's a noob, and I'm gonna hold my shield up a lot. Gonna be interesting. And just basically play poorly to begin with, just to see how the potential invader reacts to this sort of play, because I believe there is a difference between invaders. There is the hardcore sort of farming invader who's just out there for the tongues, and then you have the idealist invader who is there for the fun of it. And of course, there are probably more shades to that very obvious generalization. But I believe somewhere in between you find 90% of all invaders. And so yeah, I basically just want to see how new invaders react when they see me running around like this, and judge them for that. So this guy points down. He thinks he probably thinks I'm new, but I don't know why he pointed down. Oh, nice. Nice delay there. He might be. This guy isn't very twinked. Oh, and he drank very quickly. I think he's quite scared of me. Oh, interesting. So we've already seen some interesting movesets from this guy. He probably thinks I'm new still because I'm not held back. And I'm just spacing him and trying to gauge him. But he's probably gonna have to turn up the heat a little bit. I haven't drunk because he hasn't been a threat to me. I think he's not twinked, so I'm not going to drink. And that's really it. So yeah, with 90% of the people I meet here, I really can't gauge their playstyle very well because actually, what the fuck are they doing? But he wasn't twinked at all, so I didn't pull out any of my Twinkie stuff. I of course did have the dreaded prisoner's chain on and all that, but you know, I didn't heal. He healed twice. Or thrice, I didn't count actually, but I let him like have a few goes at me. He probably could have easily killed me if he played more aggressively or played a little bit smarter. I don't know how to describe it right now, but he was he did his best, and he didn't fall into the trap of twinking his character too much, at least, which is both a trap and a sort of necessity in this area. So I'm not gonna commend him for not twinking, because I do believe you should twink sometimes, like getting the Estus and stuff. But I do commend him for not making it like, you know, having a fun with the character. He probably did some sort of cosplay thing because he didn't have any armor on, and he was called Brolair, and I think probably he was doing the Solaire thing, but he didn't have any of the Solaire gear. Oh well. Now, so I explained a little bit about my thoughts about this build, but not very clearly, I think, and I should probably reiterate. I'm not twinking so that I could just get cheap kills here. I'm first and foremost just here to look. I'm just here to gauge the sort of strength of the average invader, and see and criticize or commend their skills, their build, whatever. I've got enough hours in this game that I can recognize skill and I can recognize luck quite competently. And you know, I want people here who are skilled invaders and not just relying on their build. And a skilled invader, if I dare say so myself, like myself, we can do this stuff with pretty much any build. Okay, we're twinking. That's good to know. Oh, that's a nice one. He does know what he's doing with the straight sword. But he's a bit, I don't know, he's a bit parry happy. So now I've dialed up the Twinkie there. And now he's getting a taste of what a proper Twinkie do, and how I can lean on my build a little bit to squeeze some more damage out of him. That's a quite nicely predicted parry, but he was slightly too early with it. He was probably expecting the regular R1. That was a great fight. He was quite good. He he could have beaten me if he'd been probably twinking harder. I'm sure of it. But he's probably good against the gank squads here. He's not a disgusting twink. He's a necessary twink, I believe. But he did pull out the little bit of a try-hard game on the on me, a single player with visibly poor playstyle in the beginning. So vis-a-vis how he reacted to how I played, I'm pretty sure if I were a completely new player, he wouldn't have changed his playstyle at all. At all. Like, he would pull out the poison, he would pull out the pine resin, and he would do all that shit. Because he's in here to win, and it's a slightly wrong mentality to go into the game against a somewhat new player. Either that. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, Dark Hand of course came out there. Not gonna hold it against him. He didn't use it on me. Oh, that's nice. You let me heal though. Nice spacing, very good, very good. He's good with that straight sword. Not that that requires too much. Very clever use of the buckler to not just parry but also block. It has excellent stability for a small shield. Very good roll catch. Not approved of the point down. You don't get to play. You don't get to act like you're all high and mighty just because I drank Estes. It is an invasion. Get done with it. Deal with it, and move on. Of course I'm gonna drink. Of course I'm gonna use the Divine Blessing if that's the quickest way to heal up. Yeah. Just deal with it. I mean, he did beat me in the end, which is a good game on him. That's good. He deserved the victory because he did fight very well. But the bad manners at the end, I mean, come on, dude. Grow up. I'm not a gank squad. I didn't gank. I didn't summon blues on you. I didn't do bad manners. I fucking gave you a fucking run for your money. Yeah, at least fucking act like you deserve to win. Some people are just bad at this game, and not talking about playing bad, just talking about being bad. Bad winners, bad losers, you know, you get them everywhere and you'll just have to deal with it. I can just rant because this is my video and fuck you. So I'm gonna do that. But anyways, as invaders go, sure, keep on keeping on, but just adjust your manners. Let's all be nice to each other, aight? At least when we do fucking do our job. I don't even have applause on this one. That's a shame. I do want applause though. I need some sarcastic applauding. Maybe. Oh, we're being invaded again. Okay, so new invader, great sword pig. I'm gonna suspect a great sword, and do I see a great sword? And looks reasonably twinked. That's the. I can't tell really. I can't tell whether or not that's night set or not. Hey, you were healed up. And the flamberge, of course, which is slightly twinked. Well, it's reasonably good. Oh, that's a claymore. Very good. Very nice. Good spacing. Switch to the one-handed moveset. That's interesting. Almost got the backstab there. That's unfortunate, but I do like good greatsword. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit. He's got very good control over his latency, I think. I don't know what his latency is because I haven't actually managed to land a single. Yeah, there we are. No, that's not a good parry. We've got some decent kind of latency. He manages to hit me every single time I try to hit out of block. That's very good. Oh, that's crazy good. He's reaction rolling my straight sword. That is either we got some latency or he's just very, very good. And I'm hinging on the second one because you don't need much skill to twink, but you do need skill to twink and look good. And he does have nice fashion. Good, very good with the greatsword, I think. Ooh, is that a reaction parry? Either it's reaction parry or it's a very nice prediction parry. And the bow. Wow. That's a positive experience. I enjoyed that invasion. I died. He absolutely round played me. And I, of course, didn't turn on any much twinking. I didn't get much out of it, and I wouldn't have gotten much out of it if I had been twinking because he just outplayed me. I might be able to take him if I'm being a little bit more careful and smart about how I play, but kudos on ya.